Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. I'm Maite. I hope you are doing well and that you are happy and healthy in this holiday season. We are 2 days away from the new year when I am filming this right now. So I figured there's no better time to walk you through how I set up my planner for the new year for maximum productivity, for me to stay on top of what I need to do, my to-dos, my events, my goals, and I will show you step by step how I schedule those things in advance in my planner. So I'm hoping that will help you guys. This video is a precursor to my productive planning series, which I am so excited about. It launches this Sunday. If you are interested in home management, organization content, planning content, you will definitely want to stay tuned for the productive planning series and hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you don't miss a video of that series. So that will be one video every Sunday that will be going up this month. In this video, I'm going to be setting up my simplified planner. I'll be using this monthly view primarily. I have an entire video on my planner setup for 2021. I will throw it up in the cards if you are interested in a more detailed review. I will also link my more detailed review on the simplified planner as well in the description box. I will also be referencing this goal planner by Laura Casey, the Cultivate What Matters Power Sheets, just because I'm going to be going back and forth about my goals a little bit in this video. I cannot stress this enough. I know I do a lot of planner reviews here on this channel. It does not matter what planner you use. You can take a basic Dollar Tree planner and do the exact same thing. You don't need a goal setting planner. You can write your goals on one singular sheet of paper. I did that last year. This is actually my first time buying the power sheets. You absolutely do not need to buy that if you don't want to, and you can use absolutely any planner you want. This is just the planner that I'm using this year. So what I'm talking about is not specific to any planner or how to set up a specific planner. This is basically just the substance of what goes into your planner for the new year. So this is my January spread, and as you can see, I've already filled out quite a few to-dos in here and some things on my calendar. And this is what my entire year looks like already. Like, this is the skeleton version of what my year has already come together, and this is just me sitting down and doing this for a little bit. So I'm going to go into more detail about what I put in here. So the number one thing you want to do is you want to put in important events and important to-dos that you have. And I know everybody says that, but you want to put them in your planner now so it doesn't surprise you when the time comes. However, I will take it a step further and say that instead of just writing down the event, you're also going to want to work backwards to see anything you need to do for that event. So for example, I'm going to switch all the way to October, where I already put my 3rd year anniversary down. In August, I have already put down, is it August or is it July? Yeah, July, I already put down that we need to book our anniversary trip if that's still happening. Hopefully a lot will be back to normal next year. If it's not, I will go back to the drawing board when the time comes. But for right now, this is what I have under July that I need to remember to start planning our anniversary trip ahead of time so the things we want to do don't sell out. The same thing is for June. I really want to go away for the month of June on vacation. So I already have in my January to-do list to start looking at summer vacation options for June. So something that happens to a lot of us is when we write down the event on the day that is happening or a major to-do, if we don't break down ahead of time what we need to do, a lot of times, or at least it's happened to me, it will sneak up on you and you will be like, oh my gosh, like that is next week. Like if you don't realize, okay, I already flipped to the month, it might be too late even at the beginning of the month to maybe plan some of those things that you maybe have put in the calendar, but you didn't break it down. So any major events, don't forget those other steps. I have a couple, well, 2 weddings, which I'm not sure are still happening this year, but fingers crossed that they are. So I do have a wedding over Memorial Day weekend, and so I already have that. We need to get the wedding gift, and on top of it, I need to book the hotel, I need to figure out childcare, all those things I have put on the months before May. So that is just one way to stay super organized. You definitely want to take that extra step of not only putting the events in your planner, but breaking down the steps or any major things you need to do before that event in the previous months. The second thing that you want to put in your planner when you're starting to set it up is just to-dos. They don't really fall under specific categories. You just kind of have to get them done. So, for example, I have to schedule my daughter's 18-month appointment for, I think, the end of January or early February. I do have to find new primary care physicians for both my husband and I since we moved, as well as dentists. So those are just to-dos that I have to do. I don't want to put on the weekly spread right now because I don't want it to get lost. I kind of just want to be like, okay, what are just things that I just have to do this month? And those are the things that come up. Another example of a to-do that I have to do that I did not do. So none of this is in order of importance, by the way. So you really don't want to overthink this because you're just going to be here forever doing this. And that's not really the point of the exercise. I have to schedule preschool tours. And so that is a major to-do in our household because my daughter will be old enough for a Choose program next September. And so it was something that I actually started in November, being the person that I am, but I actually dropped that because I wasn't sure how things were faring along for school next year. But now it seems like we are probably going to be over the hump by next summer. So I have to get back on the bandwagon of scheduling preschool tours. Now, I know this is kind of going to be a beast to schedule with my husband's work schedule. I might have to go alone to some of them, etc., etc. But I thought I was going to do this last week, but I was very silly because just like we're on vacation, schools are on vacation as well. So this is something that needs to get done on the week of the 4th. So I'm just going to put 1-4 in parentheses. So as I'm doing this with you guys, I'm also remembering things as well. March is also a month of random to-dos for me as well. I have to call landscaping people about pruning our hydrangeas. I'm not sure if we're going to stick with our current landscaping people because they do want, I think they said they wanted to get into solely tree removal. I'm not really sure, but I do have to figure that out in March. I have to make sure that I plan the Easter egg hunt at our house and write Romy's Easter basket as well as a luncheon. Hopefully we will be able to host that. So those are things that I just want to take advantage of that I might have some extra time in March to do because Easter is on the 4th of April this year. These are also things that I have to do. I have to get someone to paint Romy's playhouse. And so this may not seem like a lot right now. Again, this is just a skeleton version of my year. Obviously, there will be a complete avalanche as the year rolls on, as things start opening up again, and as I remember certain things, because this is all that I could remember and source right now. That has nothing to do with the things that I have probably already forgotten that I need to do. I'm not perfect, it happens to the best of us, but I'm just kind of showing you guys my process. So as you see here, I have scheduled holiday photos for October. I have that under a September to do. I did that this year, and my holiday cards just went so smoothly, and I'm going to do that every year from now on. I'm really glad I got into the habit of doing it early. Last year it was not early. So if you can see a common theme of some of the to-dos I'm sharing with you guys is that these are yearly infrequent tasks, like usually something that it's one and done and not reoccurring, or the ones that I have chosen to put and that I have remembered to put in these sidebars. Now I talk about this in my Home Management 101 video. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, or you're kind of lost on where to start on this process, please, 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 I break it down step by step in that video of what I'm talking about right now, of gathering all your tasks and kind of getting a better handle on what you need to do. So I will leave that in the cards above as well as in the description box. But yearly infrequent tasks are a great place to start because while it is something that you have to do infrequently or maybe even once the entire year, I do think those tend to be the tasks that sneak up on us the most, exactly because we are not doing them on an everyday basis. So if you're not sure where to start there because that's kind of what the majority of these tasks are. So the next thing I want to get into are scheduling your goals. So I did a whole video about this. Again, it's going to be in the description box about what my goals are, but if you don't schedule them in your planner or you don't at least break down how you're going to achieve them in your planner or wherever you choose, it's going to be a little harder to visualize them and to actually get those things done and break it down into manageable steps. One of the biggest goals I had for this year was to cultivate more community and be able to stay more in touch with my friends, especially after a very difficult year where we weren't able to see each other at all. And one of the action steps I had for this was to send birthday cards to everybody. Usually I will do birthday cards for some, but mostly like a text or a phone call. And so this year I wanted to spread my love of stationery and also give people like a handwritten note in their mailbox. So that is why I put in every single person's birthday and I color coded it in pink for the month. So I did this for the whole year. I put people's birthdays in here that I would have never had in my paper planner, that I would have relied on Facebook or something else to remind me of their birthday. But I put every single person's birthday in here, family members, friends, neighbors, everyone in this planner. My goal is to send out these birthday cards at the beginning of the month. So just kind of send them out in bulk and schedule a time at the end of each month to send out all those cards. So that's the only reason why I put all of those birthdays in here this year. And I think it's a tradition that I want to keep on doing because, for example, today I just finished buying all of the birthday cards I need for this month and it felt so good. So that's one example of how I translated a minor action step that I had into my planner. Another goal I had, which I'm about to show you guys how I'm putting in my planner, is more date nights and family fun. With everything going on this year, I felt like our date nights kind of went to the wayside, especially as it gets colder, there's not as much to do. I want to be more intentional about scheduling fun stuff for all of us to do at home as a family. I didn't even realize that that was going to be a major goal until after I did these power sheets. So now that I have that in front of me, I am actually going to schedule in a time to plan out these fun date nights and events. That's actually something that I'm already working towards. We've been having really fun date nights because my husband's on vacation currently and we went away, which was really fun. So now I'm just going to schedule this reoccurring task right now. So I'm going to use just some of these stickers to plan the day. So I went ahead and did those future months just to give you guys a general idea of what I mean. So I know people hesitate on doing that, of kind of boldly putting reoccurring tasks that they're not sure they're going to stick to on their planner. It's okay if it changes. So for right now, I have that on Sunday the 3rd, I'm going to plan out our date nights and some family fun activities for the rest of the month of January, since I already planned out through this holiday weekend. It is very possible that maybe on Sunday something comes up. Maybe I have time to do it on Monday night. Actually, even better, I'll probably be able to do it on Saturday. The point is that I have the sticker here as a reminder that this is something that has to get done every month and something that I want to do every month, and not just to do my normal planning routine, but to add this to my planning routine as well. Another major goal I had this year was to lose the very last 10 pounds of baby weight. I say 10 as like a guide. The number really doesn't matter to me that much. I already pretty much fit back to all my clothes. I just want to feel better, feel a little bit healthier, and move a bit more. I think with everything going on, I've kind of fallen off the bandwagon of how much I used to work out, especially pre-pregnancy. So I want to get back into the swing of doing that. I've already been significantly more active after I kind of had a kumbaya with myself about how bad it has really gotten. So the small action steps that I did to do that would be working out 4 times a week, tracking what I eat for 2 weeks just to reorient myself. I don't like tracking my food. I actually hate it. Get outside every day, which for me, I'm not a winter person, so that does get very difficult in like the dead of February, and lose the first 5 pounds. So one way to achieve these mini goals is to do a challenge or something that I enjoy. I did one of Chloe Ting's challenges, I believe, in the spring, and I did really enjoy that. So I did put that on Saturday. I was going to start my 2-week shred. Actually, I even put it on my daily planner as well. Like, this is already in the calendar, the 2-week shred that she's infamous for. I'm going to do it again and kind of do it a little bit more high intensity for January. And then here on the 16th, I have a sticker that says it's the end of the shred, but obviously not to quit because we're not going to be done yet. But that's just one way to put something like that on a timeline. It's very easy for us to say we want to be healthier, we want to do this. So I wanted to make sure that I gave myself a 2-week jump start to do that. So I'm very disciplined when it comes to working out once I get going again, but it has been more difficult for me as of late. So that's just an idea for those of you who have similar goals. But that is just one way for me to visually track, okay, from this date to this date, this is what I'm doing. And then afterwards, I'm going to maybe do another challenge, another program, or slowly build my own workout routine again as the months go on. Just to address the rest of what is on the to-do list here, which I'm sure you guys were peeking at, is that if you have seen my homemaking goals video, which are not in my power sheets, it's a whole video I have on the 3 simple goals I have for homemaking and my home this year in 2021, you would know my number 1 goal is to finish decorating our home, especially the first floor of our house, because I want to be able to entertain as normal if we can in the summer. And that is just like my time to shine. And I really want the house to be totally together by then. That is a huge undertaking. If you are curious to see what our house looks like, I have a whole sneak peek of our home. If you want to give me ideas, I have all of that in that video. But that is a big undertaking, especially the way I want to decorate this house. So I've been chipping at it little by little, but I do have to put major things in the sidebar if I want to be on track at all. So for example, for January, I know I have to order the couch. It's like a 4-month delay on most of the couches that I want to order. So I do have to order that now and like pull the trigger on that. February, if I don't get this done in January, which I'm hoping that I can knock this out in January, I need to focus on more rugs. I have 1 rug on one part of our formal living room, but I definitely need a huge rug for our entrance, another large rug for the other half of our formal living room. I have to upholster the chairs, and I already know the fabric I want for my sunroom, but I have to get those cushions done. So this is very fabric heavy in February. And so that will just go on and on as I get things done. And I'll probably break this down further on my weekly spread. But this is just to hold me accountable that these major items really do have to happen in January and February, even though I am so picky. And if I don't like something, I will wait for months and months until I find the perfect thing that I want. But I think I'm going to have to compromise on some stuff. Another goal that I have that has made its way into my daily pages is that I wanted to spend at least 10 minutes in the Word each day and kind of create more quiet time in the morning. I have said this ad nauseum on my channel, but I am not a morning person, and the only time that I'm going to get working out in and get 10 minutes of the Word in every day is going to be in the morning. I have maxed out pretty much all of my hours at night. Between the hours of 8 and 11:45 are already spoken for right now. So the only other time that I can really do this and that I have the energy to do this is in the morning. So I decided that I was going to complete a 2-week study, the Seasons of Soap book. I also have a whole video on that Horatio Printing Bible study volume. And the first study is Purpose. Now it's a very digestible study, very easy to follow along. Again, I have a whole video on that. So that is what I want to start with because that's very manageable and something that I can do in the morning easily in under 10 minutes a day. So I just kind of wanted to start off small. I have done Bible studies in the past. I did do a couple last year, but I haven't seen any that have caught my attention just yet. And I'm hoping maybe I can sign up for one of those later on in the year. So that is already in my planner for Friday, January 1st. So that is how I want to wake up to greet the year. But on Monday, January 4th, you can see I already have written in at 6 a.m., rise and shine, workout, quiet time, and get ready. So I'm not doing all of this on January 1st. I think it would be a little bit overwhelming. So that's why I'm doing the Bible study on Friday, doing the workout on Saturday, combining them on Sunday, and then kind of easing into it just so I'm not all of a sudden alarmed doing all of these things in the morning that I just wasn't doing before. So just to recap on this method of how I set up my planner, I break it down with to-dos, things that just have to happen throughout the year, as well as yearly infrequent events usually fall under that category, major events that I need to break down, and then work backwards from those events and those to-dos so you're not caught off guard when the month does come or the day comes. And then also, of course, bringing in your goals into your planner to track exactly when you want to get things done and chip away little by little. Like, this is where the disconnect happens between what you put in your goal planner, what you write down on a piece of paper, and what actually happens on a day-to-day basis. So this just ensures that I always have that on the forefront and that it's a to-do that's already in my planner. So I hope you guys found this helpful. Like this video if you liked it as much as I enjoyed filming it for you guys. Don't forget to subscribe on your way out. And as always, I will catch you in my next one. Bye, guys.